nothing is better than a good homemade vinaigrette. Now, vinaigrettes are infinitely variable. You can experiment with different oils, such as grapeseed oil, olive oil, canola oil, hazelnut oil, walnut oil. You can also experiment with different kinds of acids, champagne vinegar, sherry vinegar, rice wine vinegar, one of my favorites, red wine vinegar, and even white or red balsamic vinegar. You can also add cheeses and spices and herbs, anchovies. But for such a simple preparation, it's vital to use the very, very best ingredients, because there are only 5 or 6 ingredients, including salt and pepper, in a vinaigrette. You start first with the acid. I think I'll make a champagne vinegar vinaigrette today. And in your pantry, you should have a variety of good oils and a variety of good vinegars. So basically start with a tablespoon or 2 of the acid, and I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of white champagne vinegar. And into the vinegar, I put a half a teaspoon of salt. And I like to mix that together. I like the salt to be dissolved. I remember when I was in France, the first time I ever went to France, and the waiter mixed the vinaigrette right at the table using 2 spoons like this and mixing the salt in the spoon and then putting it in the bowl. I've never forgotten that. So I always try to mix the salt into the acid. And now, this is going to be a vinaigrette to dress a lettuce salad. So I like to add a little bit of Dijon mustard. Dijon adds a very nice flavor, and about a half a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Keep both grainy and smooth Dijon mustard on hand in the refrigerator, a very versatile addition to a lot of different dishes that you make in your kitchen. And some black pepper. I'd say, about a quarter of a teaspoon freshly ground black pepper. And because this is going to address greens that just were picked out of my garden, add 1 shallot that's been very finely minced. Shallot is a member of the onion family. It has a very nice mild taste. It'll add crunch and additional flavor to the vinaigrette. So basically, that's the acid into which we will add oil. This one is just going to be a plain olive oil vinaigrette. Now, this is where the emulsification takes place. And the general proportions, 3 parts oil, 1 part acid. So just start drizzling, and you're going to see this vinegar in the bowl become emulsified in the oil. Now, you have to do this in a steady stream, just droplet by droplet, and whisk vigorously until you see a visible thickening take place. And if you measured this, you would see that we used 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and we're going to use approximately 6 tablespoons of oil, 3 to 1. Oh, see, it's already becoming thick and creamy, and it smells really good. It's important to add this in steady, slow stream. If you dumped it all in at once, it would take a lot longer to emulsify. But you see, you don't see any separation occurring here. It is really creamy and beautiful. Little tiny bit more. And really and truly, this is a very smart way to do it, because if you do it in the salad bowl in which you're going to make your salad, you haven't made too much dressing, you don't have leftover, and you can toss your salad right here, and you use up every single bit of the expensive oil and the expensive vinegar that you have invested in to make a great vinaigrette. You don't see any separation at all. It's still very nicely emulsified. So there it is, lesson number 1, vinaigrette. Very easy to make, no need to go out and buy jarred salad dressings when you can make vinaigrettes so very easily in your own kitchen.